Hi students, in the last class we already discussed about some variety of numbers in our number system like rational and irrational, and then we already solved some problems related to rational numbers. Those problems means write down some rational numbers in between any two rational numbers. So these are the problems we already solved in the previous class. So once again I would like to give detail about those variety of numbers in our number system by using a rectangular column. You should observe carefully. So here we know that so many kind of numbers are there in our number system. So like natural number, whole number, integers and rational number, irrational number. So these are the main variety of numbers in our number system. So here we call it real numbers is the master of all numbers. So real numbers includes both rational and irrational. So here irrational numbers is different part among when compared to these kind of numbers: natural, whole, integer and rational. So these are all different category. So irrational numbers are different category, but consider a rational number. It includes set of all whole numbers and set of all natural numbers and set of all any kind of fractions. So here observe the pictorial representation of numbers. The first one, that is real numbers. Real numbers. So it includes both rational and irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Rational and irrational. Then it is one separate category. We know that irrational number means root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7. These are all the examples for irrational number. Those examples are not related to this part. So here in rational numbers, it includes an integers. So integers includes set of all whole numbers, and then what is that? Negative integers, and then so a set of whole numbers, it includes natural numbers and 0. So this is the pictorial or representation of numbers, very important numbers in our number system. So first of all, coming to real numbers, we know that real number means, so it is the collection of both rational and irrational, or collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers are together called it as real numbers. So these are all real numbers. So coming to irrational number, so it is different part when compared to these numbers, because these examples are not belongs to these kind of numbers, but these examples are also belong to real number, because real number it includes both rational and irrational. So then coming to rational number, so it includes integers. So an integer, it includes both whole number and negative integers. But because integer it includes negative natural numbers, positive natural numbers along with 0. So that's why integer it includes whole number. Whole number means it is a set of all positive natural numbers along with 0. So then negative integers. So more numbers are there in integers, those numbers are negative integers. So then coming to whole number, it includes two kind of numbers. Those numbers are set of all natural numbers and 0. So this is the representation of numbers in our number system. So it is the easy way to remember those numbers and the examples and interrelationship between one kind of number to another kind of number. So then now we are going to discussing about irrational numbers. So we already know the definition of irrational number. So here some problems are there. We should locate some irrational numbers on the number line. So now all of you know about number line. What is number line? A straight line which consists of 0, some positive integers, some negative integers. So this is called a number line. So then what is the use of number line, or what is the use of number line in mathematics? It is very easy to define or explain the uses or applications of number line in mathematics. So we can easily represent any integer or any whole number, any natural number on the number line. For example, we know that here is a straight line and 0, 1, 2 and so on, minus 1, minus 2. So this is called as a number line, isn't it? So then mark number 2 on the number line. So it is very easy to denote number 2 on the number line. So here number 2 is on number line is here. So this is the value of 2. Then what is the location of minus 1 on the number line? So here minus 1 is here. So this location indicates minus 1 on the number line. So this is the method which is used to locate or denote any numbers on the number line. So now we are discussing about how to locate some irrational numbers or all kind of irrational numbers on the number line. So before going to the locating some irrational numbers on the number line, I would like to tell you one thing. In 1870, so the great two mathematicians, Cantor and Dedekind, gives an idea. So these two are gives an idea how to locate every real numbers there exist on the number line. So this was given by these two great German mathematicians, Cantor and Dedekind, in 1870. So let's go for first problem or first question. That is example number 3. So moving on, example number 3. Locate root 2 on the number line. So here first example is, or third example is, locate root 2 on the number line. You should locate root 2 on the number line. We don't know how to locate irrational numbers on the number line, but here root 2 is irrational because here 2 is a rational number and it is under a irrational root, so it is called it as square root of 2. Square root of 2 is nothing but an irrational number. So it is an example for irrational number. So first you should follow some procedures or steps to locate these kind of irrational numbers on the number line. So we should draw a straight line or number line first. So draw a straight line with your convenient length by using ruler or scale. Then mark two arrow marks at the either side of the number line. Then mark the value 0 at any point on that line. Any point on that line. So here 0. We know that there are so many numbers are there in our number system or on the number line. So now we know that on the number line there are so many numbers present on the number line. So those numbers, or consider any two numbers on the number line, those numbers are equidistant from each other. All of you know about that in the previous classes. So now we should plot or we should mark some numbers on the number line. Either it may be positive or negative. So by using compass, you just take down any radius without measuring. By using ruler, you should take your convenient radius, then cross cut on the number line. You will get some points on it. And then so do it in the left side also. So then mark those points as, we know that right side from the 0 are all call it as positive natural numbers or positive integers. Left side from the 0 are considered as negative integers. So here 1, here 2 and 3. So then here -1, -2. So this is called it as a number line. So here the distance between 0 to 1 and 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, here 0 to -1 and -1 to -2 are equidistant from each other. So then first you should realize how to represent root 2 on the number line. So what is the exact measurement of root 2? So by observing the value of root 2, consider a square OABC. So here OABC is a square. Then the measurement of each side of a square should be same. So consider the length OA is 1 unit and AB is also equal to 1 unit. Then BC is also equal to 1 unit. 1 unit means it is any measurement, centimeter, meter or anything. So here also 1. Because in a square, so square means it is a quadrilateral in which each and every side in same measurement. So all sides are equal. That is nothing but all sides are equal. So suppose here a given square OABC. So the measurement of each and every side of a square is equal to 1 unit. Consider a diagonal on the square OABC, because we know that in a square there are two diagonals are there. So consider any diagonal. For example, here I consider OB as its diagonal. Then what is the length of its diagonal? What is its length? So we know that in a square, each and every diagonal divides the given square into two triangles. So here 1 and 2. There are two triangles in a square OABC because here OB or diagonal OB divides the square into two triangles. So identify which kind of triangle is here. So it is very easy to identify which kind of triangle formed by drawing a diagonal in a square. So these two triangles are right angle triangles because in a square each and every angle measures right angle or 90 degree. So here these two are right angle triangles. So consider one right angle triangle. We get one unit here A, B and O. So then what is length of that? So in a right angle triangle, side opposite to the right angle is always called as hypotenuse. So you already know about hypotenuse in a right angle triangle in 8th standard. So OB is hypotenuse and BA and OA are the remaining sides of the right angle triangle. So we know that if you think or compare right angle triangle in geometry, we know some idea to realize whether right angle triangle belongs to Pythagoras theorem. So what is Pythagoras theorem says? So Pythagoras theorem says that square of the hypotenuse, here hypotenuse is OB, square of the hypotenuse means OB square of the hypotenuse is OB square is equal to sum means addition, sum of the square of the other two sides. Square of the other two sides. Here the square of the other two sides are OA square plus BA square. OA square plus BA square. So then we have to find out the length of OB because here OB is the required length. So we know the values of OA and BA. So here OB square, this is equal to OA is 1 unit, that means 1 square, plus BA means 1 unit, that means 1 square. So then OB square is equal to 1 square is nothing but 1 and again 1 square is nothing but 1. 1 plus 1, that value is equal to 2. So then transpose square to RHS, we get square root on 2, we get OB is equal to root 2 or square root of 2. So the length OB is equal to or the value of root 2. So the length of the hypotenuse in the right angle triangle OAB is, so OB is equal to root 2 units. So this is the length of root. Are you understood? So coming to the number line. So then in the number line you should draw this kind of right angle triangle on this number line. So we know that here the base of a right angle triangle which measures 1 unit. So here 1 unit means, so here this distance is called as 1 unit on the number line. By using compass, you should draw a perpendicular on the point 1 or on the number 1. So consider this is called as O and this is called as A, point A. So we can easily draw a perpendicular on any line. We should learn it in the previous class. So if you draw a perpendicular on 1, you should take down any radius within 0 and 2. So consider or take down any radius with 1 as center. You should draw a semicircle. Which intersect either side on the number line. Got it? So then you should follow these steps carefully. new point. So by using compass without changing its measurement, previous measurement, so with this point as center, we should cross cut the given semicircle. Once again, here new point is formed here. So then with that point as center, without changing its radius, you should draw another arc on the semicircle. We know that here the angle between these 2 points is equal to 60 degree, because you already know about the reason for this. And then the angle between these 2 points are also equal to 60 degree. So here 60 plus 60, here this point to this point, the angle which measures 120 degree. You already know in the construction section. So then here 60 plus 30. So where is 30 here? So in between, exact midpoint in between these 2 points, which measures 30 degree. So that point and 1, so join each other, you will get the perpendicular on the number line. So which measures or it forms right angle. So then now we have to draw a bisector in between these 2 points. So we know how to draw a bisector here. So first you should, with this point as center, draw an arc above the semicircle, and with this point as center, cross cut that arc. You will get the another point. So mark that point and join by using scale or ruler. So mark an arrow above the line. So this is a perpendicular line, that means which measures 90 degree. So then coming to this part, so here BA or perpendicular length, which measures how many units? 1 unit. So then by using compass, here 1 unit is here. So you should measure 1 unit or take down radius 1 unit by this manner. Then without changing this value, with 1 as center, cross cut here. So mark that point as B, mark that point as B, then join OB, you will get the exact value of root 2. So join OB, join OB, join OB. So this length indicates the value of root 2. So then how we can represent or locate on the number line without measuring this length of the hypotenuse. So it is very easy to locate or identify on the number line. So here you should measure the length of the number line, or length of the hypotenuse OB. Then you just draw a dotted lines which touches on the number line, So here this point indicates the value of root 2. So root 2 in between, root 2 comes in between 1 and 2 on the number line. So this is the procedure which is used to locate any irrational numbers on the number line.